Blog Talk Radio.
MinistryofLacrosse.com. Wake up in the morning feeling like Johnny Vegas. Hey, Rob, I'm a lacrosse, take him out the door. I'm gonna hit the lax. So before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Gatorade. Cause when I leave for the game, I'm coming back with a W.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show. Thanks again for tuning in. Right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then in a few minutes, we're going to have our guest call in, which is Anthony Kelly. We will be right back. My shows are brought to you by sponsorships from Easton Lacrosse, SportsGrid.com, Wicked Six Sports, Rocket Pocket, Head Wraps, and MinistryofLacrosse.com. Check out their websites at EastonLacrosse.com, SportsGrid.com, WickedSixSports.com, rock-itpocket.com, headwraps.com, and ministryoflacrosse.com. All right, we're back. So, in a few minutes, we're going to have Anthony Kelly calling in, and we're going to talk about his Major League Lacrosse career, his National Lacrosse League career, which right now he's in the North American Lacrosse League. We're going to talk about that with the Kentucky Stick Horses. Then we're going to talk about his job at STX. He's one of the player reps for STX. So we'll talk about all that and more. And yesterday, I just want to talk about a game that was on TV. It was on ESPN3. It was Team USA versus Loyola Greyhounds. And that game featured 4 Alexian pros, 4 of my friends, Sam Bradman, Connor Gill, Kyle Harrison, and Benson Irwin. And so that game was just very cool to see. The MVP of the game was Sam Bradman. And so it was a very cool game. I hope you guys have watched that. Right now our guest is calling in, so let's pick him up. How's it going, Anthony? Thanks for calling in.
I'm great, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, so how's your day going?
Oh, it's good. It's good. I apologize. I'm fighting a bit of a cold, so voice is a little bit shot, but I'll do the best I can for you. No
worries. Yeah, so if you could just take us back to when you first started playing lacrosse. So, where were you, and what drew you to the sport, and how old were you when you first started playing?
Yeah, sure. Probably a little bit different than most of the guys that are out there playing these days. Especially playing pro ball. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and actually didn't even know what lacrosse was until I got to high school. So that was really the first time I got to see it and got to play it. I had an older brother. He was 2 years older than me, and he played. So I actually got a stick in my hand about 8th grade. Didn't really know what I was doing. And then the first game I really saw was really the first game I played in when I was 15, freshman year of high school. So kind of a late start, compared to most guys. But, it was definitely something I fell in love with. And, I was a big hockey player growing up. I was playing junior hockey, and, my focus was really on that. And this was a great sport to offset it. And, just really fell in love with it, and then had the opportunity. Fortunately, I had the opportunity to go on and play in college, and had an opportunity to use that as a something to help get me into a great school. And I chose to take that route instead of continue to play hockey. And here I am today, still playing. So
and say you went to Ohio State University, and you played under Joe Bresci, and you graduated in 2003. And, how was that experience playing over there?
Oh, it was great. OSU is a pretty unbelievable campus, and, it's an awesome atmosphere. And, being a kid from Ohio, it's always kind of cool to be able to go on to Ohio State, and you have that Big Ten atmosphere from football to, all the other sports. And, it was great. And, like you said, on the lacrosse side, playing for Bresci, he's one of the best guys I know in the game, and being able to play for him, such a good coach. Learned a lot about a lot about life, but also lacrosse. And I think you can ask for more than that as a player. And he's a guy I have a ton of respect for, and still keep in contact with today. So it was a really, really good experience overall.
Yeah, and so then after college, you went on to play in Major League Lacrosse. You played for the LA Riptide. Was that your the first team you played for in Major League Lacrosse?
Yeah, so like you said, I graduated in '03, and back then the league was pretty tough to crack back then, and being a kid from Ohio State, not really a super well-known program at the time, and kind of all those things. We never really played out east where a lot of people would get to see us play, and I think at that time I was probably flying under the radar a little bit, and didn't really have an opportunity to play. Didn't even bother submitting my name into the drafts back then and any of that stuff. Didn't really even know much about it, and 2-3 years actually passed. And I remember I was watching a game on TV one time, and there were a lot of guys that I played with and against. They were out there playing, and when they had the expansion draft, I just threw my name in, and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
And I was actually picked up, I think second last round. I was 18th round. I was 174th pick, so it was pretty late in the draft. But I think it's something to be proud of too. So
yeah.
I was one of the lowest draft picked players coming out that year, and ended up breaking in with LA that first year, and ended up being named newcomer of the year for them, that season. So it was a little different approach than most of the guys coming right out of school. I mean, I had 3 years off, but it was also kind of good for me too. It was 3 years that, I started playing rugby pretty competitively, and I was doing that to kind of stay in shape, and then, continuing to play lacrosse on the club circuit, and, bounce around and stick with it. And then, all it takes is an opportunity sometimes, and an opportunity came my way, and I decided to make the best of it.
Yeah. And in 2006, you led LA to a number 2 ranking in faceoff wins for that season. So, I mean, that's a big achievement as well as, great job with that. And I remember the days going to see you guys play. I mean, the Riptide, you guys had such a good roster, and you guys made it to the finals, and I mean, you guys, 1 year, I think, and you guys really had a great squad. I mean, it'd be really cool to see some kind of California MLL team back, soon, sometime. I know it'd be a totally different roster, but it was just cool to see the success you guys had while you were here.
Yeah, it was exciting. I mean, that first year as an expansion team, we had a lot to learn. We had a lot of young guys, and kind of a new staff, and putting a piece together anytime within the organization, it takes some time, and I remember that first year we went 1-5 to start the season, and then the second half of the season we went 5-1. So we ended up splitting at 6-6, and we were about one game away from actually making the playoffs that year, and but that's a pretty big turn of the tides there, going 1-5 and then 5-1, and what I think was probably one of the stronger teams that season. And then, we came back the next 2, like you said. And then our second season, we lost the championship to the Barrage up in Rochester, which was a heck of a run. And then the next year, we lost to Denver. We lost to Denver in the semis out in Boston. And, it was kind of a bummer. I remember we walked off that field that game, and we felt like we left a lot out there. And, it was kind of a weird feeling because, like you said, we had such a good, strong team. We knew we were all coming back that next year, that we all kind of left with a little bit of excitement too, just for that opportunity to come back out and play.
Yeah.
I think we all felt that we were the best team, and unfortunately, that was the year that they had the dispersal, and we actually lost our organization, which was a huge bummer for a lot of reasons. But ultimately, that was just a very special group of guys, and unbelievable organization. I mean, the best organization that anybody could ask to play on. And, it definitely broke my heart. And, we got shuffled off, and myself personally, I got shuffled off to Chicago for the next few years. So, it was a tough pill to swallow, but I guess it's all part of, pro sports.
Yeah, definitely. And so now talk to me a little bit about the Kentucky Stick Horses.
Sure.
That's in the NAOL, the National or North American Lacrosse League, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's been great. We got an awesome owner. His name is Tony Chase. He's a local guy down in Louisville, and they've done a really good job. I mean, our home venue, we're playing at Freedom Hall, which is where the Louisville basketball team used to play before they built out a new arena for them. And
cool.
yeah, it's perfect, man. It's got a lot of tradition, and Muhammad Ali used to fight there.
Nice.
So we got a really, really nice venue, and the fan support down there has been awesome. And it's fun. It's exciting being a part of something new, and it's definitely trending and moving in the right direction. And I think it's just a matter of time before things really take off, and they're already talking about having 10 teams, on the docket for next year, which would be pretty exciting. And it's
definitely.
When you get that kind of momentum, when you're doing something new, you know that you're doing it right. And I think there's a lot to be said for the owners that are involved and the players, and kind of that mindset, and just doing things the right way, and doing it to the fullest, and looking to make it a big organization. So
yeah. And now also you're playing with the Denver Outlaws still, right, in MLL?
Yeah.
Cool. Now how has that experience been playing with them?
It's been good. Yeah, it's been great, man. It was funny when I played in LA back when we actually had two conferences, West and East. Denver was always our big rival, and we'd always play them a couple times a year, and it was always a team that we struggled with, and I always respected those guys and that organization. But I kind of hated them too. They always beat us and cost us a couple runs at the championship there and all that.
Yeah.
But I always had respect and knew that they were a good organization. And last year got picked up in the middle of the season, with a little trade, and got sent off to Denver, and it was great, man. They welcomed me with open arms, and they were excited to have me, and we made a run, and it was pretty cool going from last place with the Ohio team to first place with the Denver team, and being a part of an organization that really appreciated me and wanted me there, and we won out. I mean, we won 6 games in a row and lost in the championship. So it was it was exciting coming on board and winning that many games, basically going undefeated all the way through to the championship. It was some of the most fun that I've had, and probably the best team that I've been on since LA. And it was exciting and a great way to end the year, and just to end on a positive note and looking forward to next year.
Yeah, definitely. And so I also read something. Just correct me if I read the wrong fact, but it says that you're going to play for the U.S. men's national indoor team. Is that correct? Or is that,
I mean, I'm always down for playing wherever. I played on the team in 2007.
Okay.
So maybe that's what you read. I played on the
Probably,
team
yeah.
in 2007, and we won a bronze medal up in Nova Scotia.
Okay.
Which was pretty cool. I think I'll probably give it a shot and see if I have what it takes for the next one coming up. So for a couple of years here, but I'll give it a shot and see. I mean, I'd obviously love to be a part of that. Any chance you have to represent the red, white, and blue, it's a pretty special experience.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can definitely do it. I mean, you've got the skill set for it, and you're doing well for Kentucky stick horses and stuff. So definitely good luck with that. And that's like the internet. I was looking up your bio, and then sometimes they have old facts up there and stuff. But definitely could be a current fact. I definitely think you could do it. So
thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Now you're still working with STX, right?
Yeah. I'm the Midwest sales manager for STX. So doing sales for those guys and doing that here. I'm covering basically Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, and Missouri. So it's kind of a pretty big territory here in the Midwest, so that's great. Keep me busy. And then I'm also co-owners of a company called Resolute Lacrosse, and it's a club program that I run here with Greg Bice, who's a defenseman on the Ohio Machine.
Oh, yeah.
So he's my best friend, and we started here doing that. And we have 10 club teams now in the area, and we're doing camps and clinics and all kinds of stuff. And then we actually just took over a 74,000 square foot indoor facility here in town,
nice.
which is pretty exciting. Yeah, so it's called the Resolute Athletic Complex, and
nice.
we're
really
running
cool.
box leagues, and we're kicking off 3rd and 4th grade box leagues, and running indoor and training and all kinds of stuff. So it's really exciting, and we're looking to be able to do some big things here in the area and start teaching kids how to play younger and teaching them how to play, not only lacrosse but also incorporating a lot of box lacrosse, which in my mind is the best way to take your skills and improve yourself as a player, is to be able to, play in both indoor and outdoor, and I think they both go hand in hand to really help improve your game overall. So.
Yeah, and now if somebody wants to find out more info about Resolute Lacrosse, how do they find it? You have a website or a Facebook page?
Yeah, pretty simple. It's just ResoluteLacrosse.com, and then the facility is ResoluteAC.com, so it's the Resolute Athletic Complex, just ResoluteAC.com. You can get on there and find out more information. We got camps and clinics. We're actually really excited. We just got nominated to be a part of the NSCLA. So we're one of 20 teams to be in that, and we're representing the state of Ohio. So it's a pretty big honor for us to be, nominated for that, and we're really excited about that opportunity, and looking forward to doing the best we can to represent our state in that regard.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Also, so now, what state do you live in? Like, where's that located?
Where's my home state? Where I'm living?
Yeah. Where are you located?
I live in Columbus. Yeah, I live in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yep.
And how's the lacrosse scene there for like the youth and high school? Is it pretty booming, or is it
Yeah, it is. It's definitely come a long way, man. I mean, even from when I was in high school, I graduated high school in '99, and there weren't a whole lot of teams. We were traveling all over. I think the state of Ohio has something like 124 teams. Overall, so it's quite a few teams for the size of the state, and it's coming a long way, and definitely putting out a lot of good players. I mean, if you look at some of the Division I, Division II, Division III rosters out there, there's a lot of kids from Ohio representing those teams now, and it's a pretty exciting thing. Just seeing from where being a kid that didn't start playing until high school, where now we're running a 3rd and 4th grade box league. It's pretty exciting just to see the difference over the course of 20 years. So it's good, man. I think we're definitely moving in the right direction, and it's blowing up. I think the Midwest is one of the faster growing areas here, with Chicago, St. Louis and Detroit, all these areas here. It's definitely picking up, even down in Louisville. And I think it helps out having our NAL team down there now, and people are excited. People love the game, and the Midwest is especially Ohio, is a big football area, and allows really good opportunity for these athletes to have something to do in the spring. And kids are really buying into lacrosse.
Yeah. And I had a fan, Facebook friend, ask a question to ask you, and I know you don't have the answer for it, but if you have an opinion on it, he was wondering what it's going to take for there to be another LA team for Major League Lacrosse in the future. Like, do you see that in the near future?
I would love that, man. I would love to be able to go back out and when I'm done playing, and be able to coach the team out west. Be really cool. I don't know. They've talked about it. They've talked about actually San Diego area. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but our last game that we played at home that season in LA was against the San Francisco Dragons, and we actually played at a neutral site at I think it was Orange County Community College.
Oh yeah.
And we split the difference kind of down there, and going forward the following year in 2009, that season was actually going to be played there, which would have been kind of in between LA and in between San Diego, which I think would be really good. And even if it was in San Diego or LA, I think it would be successful, and I would love for nothing more than to see a team go back out west. It's just the hardest thing I know the league faces is travel and getting guys to and from, and most of the guys and most of the players are East Coast guys, East Coast residents, and it's kind of tough with guys working regular jobs and all that to, transport guys, from coast to coast. It's kind of tough with flights and also hard with guys' jobs. So, I think it'll eventually get there, but it's just a matter of time and how long it'll take before that happens. Yeah.
And so now, you have any other thing that you're working on? Are you coaching at all besides the box and stuff with Resolute? Are you doing any high school or?
Yeah, well, we run. Like I said, we have eight guys teams, and then we have 2 girls teams actually right now in our program. So, doing a ton of coaching with that. We got everything from high school down to 7th graders, 6th grade actually. So it's definitely keeping me busy between.
Yeah.
Still playing in 2 leagues and, running that and helping out with the facility and then working with STX. I'm a pretty busy man. So, anytime I get home is always kind of a nice day. But it's good, man. I wouldn't have it any other way and just trying to do as much as I can and stay busy and just trying to grow the game and give kids all the opportunities that I've been fortunate enough to have myself.
Yeah, and so speaking of growing the game and stuff, now, if there's any listeners out there that are in high school or younger, or even past high school, past even college, that are trying to get to the level that you're playing at, what's the number one or top 2 tips that you would give them about working hard and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, just you got to just keep working. Keep working and keep believing in yourself, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise, and just take that opportunity, right? And life is all about opportunities, and when you get that opportunity, it's what you decide to make of it, and going all the way back, being the 174th draft pick, people would have thought, well, shoot, I don't even have a chance. I'm the last guy that this team picked up. But when you get out there and you get any sort of opportunity, all it takes is an invitation to a training camp or an opportunity to try out for an elite club team or even a walk-on opportunity for a college program. All it takes is an opportunity, and then it's up to you to make the best of it, and I got my opportunity, and I knew what it was going to take to make the team.
Yeah.
And, I worked extremely hard, and, I wasn't going to let that opportunity pass me by. And, that's ultimately what it comes down to is keep doing what you can, keep believing in yourself, and, there's going to be hardships along the way, and you may get cut, but there's nothing wrong with that. You come back the next year and then give it another shot. I got cut from a bunch of indoor teams before I broke my first roster in the NLL. And, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, keep going and keep working hard and keep believing in yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And so, I just want to say, it's always good talking to you and playing lacrosse against you, and I just want to say thanks for being on the show, and I'll definitely talk to you soon. And thanks to Lacrosse Broadcast Network. Thanks you for being on the show as well.
You got it, man. Thank you for having me. And if there's anything I can do to help you out on the road, let me know.
All right, and hope you feel better with that cold.
Thanks, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That was Anthony Kelly, and make sure you check him out. He's playing for Kentucky Stick Horses, and you just look him up on Facebook, or you can look up his highlights too on YouTube. He's got some killer highlights up there, and he's also playing in Major League Lacrosse for the Denver Outlaws. That season starts up in May, I believe. And I'm Jonny Vegas, telling all you guys to grow your game, and remember to grow. You got to play. Happy lacrossing, everybody. Until next time.